Today on Fourth and a Mile, this video will get 20 views. 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 And I'm going to stop right there. Also, once again, I might become the most hated man in San Antonio. Everybody, stay tuned. Welcome in, everybody, to Fourth and a Mile, presented by Planet Adam. I am your host, the Pharaoh of Planet Adam, or God King, if you will. I am Adam Fernandez, and we've got a lot to talk about today, guys. Some late breaking news in the world of boxing, which we'll get to here in just a little bit. First off, right now, I just saw Brian Wilson throw out the first pitch today at the San Francisco Giants home opener. I think that's really cool. He was a big time closer for the Giants back during their World Series winning years, so that was very cool to see him back out on the mound, and he was in full Giants uniform and everything too, so that was really cool. Guys, don't forget, go over to bandcamp.com, check out A Bloody Chasm featuring my friends Jocelyn and Matt. They are the ones who do the entrance song for the show. Yes, I just burped there, sorry. I'm back to drinking Dr. Pepper, guys. But anyways, yes, download the music from bandcamp.com, and the members of A Bloody Chasm have all guaranteed me that they will not eat your face. That's a great deal in my opinion, because if you don't, all bets are off, and why take that risk? Really, why take that risk? Alright, guys, also, I am feeling much better today. My voice, though it's not back 100%, it's getting there. I'm not nearly as hacky and coughy and lung falling out on the floor as I was yesterday, so hopefully that maintains. Granted, it's going to be a long show, so we'll see if it continues to do that. I hope to God that everything goes okay as far as that goes. My mom is actually blaming me now for getting her sick, so maybe it was a cold after all, not just allergies. Either way, yeah, I'm feeling better today though, so that's why I'm not wearing the hat today. I was wearing the hat yesterday because I just didn't even feel like doing my damn hair. So, and we all know that if you're gonna see my hair on this show, my hair is gonna look fantastic like it's doing right now. I mean, that's just fan-fucking-tastic hair. Also, I'm hearing that there's some there were some shots fired at YouTube headquarters. I'm hoping that doesn't delay the posting of this video, but I'll keep y'all informed on Facebook. Alright, so let's get into sports. First off, some minor baseball news again. We're just going to start off minor today. The Cardinals, my boys, have placed third baseman Jed Jerko on the 10-day disabled list due to a hamstring injury. They have recalled Harrison Bader from AAA. Harrison Bader is a guy that I honestly think should be at the major league should be on the major league roster. I understand why they don't have him up there. They want to have Fowler in right field. They want to have Pham in center field and Ozuna out on left. I understand that. Me personally, I would much rather see Bader being center and Pham being right, but that's just me. So Bader will be up there for at least the next 10 days. Hopefully he'll get a shot to do some amazing stuff, and maybe stay on the roster. That's what I'm hoping for. So yesterday, one of the things I was talking to you guys about was the national championship game in college basketball, which had the Villanova Wildcats against the Michigan Wolverines. My pick was Villanova 78, Michigan 68. Not too far off. Villanova won the game 79-62, which is just yet another double-digit win for the Villanova Wildcats. They won every game in the tournament by double digits. They just destroyed everybody. They owned the tournament. There is no doubt in my mind that they are the best college basketball team that there is. Possibly one of the all-time great teams, not just because of this year, but they also won it 2 years ago. This is their second championship in 3 years. Big part of last night's championship was Dante Vincenzo, who is a sophomore who came off the bench to score 31 points. And the 31 points he scored were not easy. Were not an easy 31. He basically owned Michigan defensively. He did. For him offensively. Put up 31 points, several from threes. I think he's 5 from 3. Was just pulled off an amazing performance. Absolutely amazing performance by a bench player in a college basketball championship game. So again, that's their second in 3 years, making them, in my opinion, one of the all-time great college basketball teams. I would like to see them play against some teams like the old Phi Slamma Jamma Cougars, who never won a national title, but they were always right there. Maybe the Michael Jordan-led North Carolina teams. Hell, the women UConn basketball team. I would like to see that game too. So after the game, and in case you all didn't know, the Villanova University is in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Same place as where the Philadelphia Eagles are from, ironically enough. Though it wasn't quite as bad as the Super Bowl party, the people in Philadelphia still showed themselves to be the people in Philadelphia by still setting some cars on fire, rolling some over, climbing street lights, climbing street signs, pretty much getting rowdy. Again, not as bad as what they did during the Super Bowl, but if this is them tamed down, then God. I mean, that just... Again, I don't have anything against the city of Philadelphia itself, but there are some people out in that city that just need to get off the cocaine. We'll put it that way. They need to lay off the cocaine for a little while, lay off the crack, and be humble sports fans. Yes, your team won. You know what? And as much shit as I give the city of San Antonio, and you're about to hear a lot of it in just a few minutes, when the Spurs win NBA titles, it's annoying as shit. It really is. But the people in San Antonio, all they do is drive around the entire city, mostly downtown, but they take it outside of downtown a little while. And they don't even have to win a championship game. They do this during, a round 1 playoff win, where they drive up and down Military Drive honking their horns, making people late for work who have to go and do a overnight security job somewhere. Anyways, but at least they're not destroying property. So I will give San Antonio fans that. I've always said that San Antonio fans are the most annoying that there are. That's very much the case. I'm sorry, I know you guys hate it when I say it, but it's true. Y'all are annoying. But at least you're not doing this kind of shit where you're flipping over cars and setting buildings on fire. And in the case of the Super Bowl, going and ransacking convenience stores and doing those flash mob raids of those convenience stores. So, good job, San Antonio, Philadelphia. You guys need to work on that, just a little bit. I think maybe another 20 years of not winning anything might help you guys out there, possibly. Because hell, in 20 years it might even be worse if you have to wait that long. After the game, Dante DiVincenzo was awarded the MOP of the tournament, Most Outstanding Player of the Final Four, which I completely understand. 31 points in the championship game as a bench player is amazing. However, he has been today given a lot of flack by a lot of the people in the liberal media because as a high schooler now, his Twitter account has not been active since June 2016. He's a sophomore in college right now. So, as a high schooler, dating back to when he was 14 years old, he quoted some lyrics from a rap song. Now, in my opinion, that itself is a crime because rap music today just blows completely. Rap music today compared to rap music when I was 14, rap music then was actually kind of cool. They actually told you something. There was actually a point behind the music. Today, not really. But he quoted some rap lyrics. And DiVincenzo himself is a white guy. So he's quoting these rap lyrics, so inevitably that N-word is going to come up. Just because it's a rap song. It happens in almost every rap song. Almost every. Not every, but almost every rap song. So he's quoting these on his Twitter as a 14-year-old up until probably his senior year. And now he's being given flack by the liberal media for being a white supremacist and a racist. Now, you got that kid, David Hogg from Parkland, Florida. I'm not going to say anything good about what happened in Parkland, Florida. That was a total nightmare for everybody there, I'm sure. So I'm not going to say anything, but the kid himself is, being held up as a hero. And then when someone criticizes him, you need to stop bullying him. Well, if you need to stop bullying him, and he's 19, okay? He's an adult. But if he needs to stop being bullied, then lay off this kid for quoting some rap lyrics. Again, that in and of itself is a crime, yes. Rap music today is a crime. But if he's just quoting the lyrics, guys, leave him alone. I understand he's a white kid, and one of these lyrics said something to the effect of, "I'm balling on these N-words, da-da-da-da-da." Those are rap lyrics from a song. If you ask me what song, I personally don't know. But every report that I've read said that lyrics like that were put on his Twitter from different rap songs from different rap artists, if you want to call them artists. So he's not the first one to say it. It was someone else that said it. He was just quoting them. Leave this kid alone about that kind of crap. He put on one hell of a game last night. He deserves to be touted as a hero as well, because guess what? He was. Jalen Brunson, who I said had to have a great game for Villanova to win, did not have a great game. DiVincenzo came in. He had a great game, and Villanova won, and won big. So, this kid has done absolutely nothing wrong. Quoting a rap song, though, yes, again, like I said, that in and of itself is a crime. Just being a fan of that crap is a crime. But don't start bashing him because of lines that he posted on Twitter more than 2 years ago. That's ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. He did nothing wrong. You guys need to find something else to complain about. I know. It's an utter shame when a white guy uses that word. I don't think anybody should use that word ever. Period. But here he is quoting a rap song, so he's all of a sudden a bad guy. You guys need to leave that alone. Really, you do. He did nothing wrong. He was a 14-year-old kid acting like a 14-year-old kid. Okay? So, Dante DiVincenzo, I wish you the best in the future. My guess is you're probably not going to see him in the NBA. As I said, he came off the bench. He's a sophomore. He might, go ahead and play out his next 2 years in college and improve drastically and just become a better all-around player and maybe get in the NBA that way. But if he declares for the draft this year, my guess is you won't ever see him on the floor in the NBA. So, man, I am very burpy today because of the Dr. Pepper. The cough has settled down, but the burps are back. All right. So, speaking of NBA, and this is the part where you guys are going to start hating me here in San Antonio. I think the last time I was the most hated man in San Antonio was when the Spurs were playing the Heat in the NBA Finals as a Miami Heat fan, because I'm originally from Miami. Yeah, I can understand why you guys didn't like me too much. I wasn't being all that braggadocious. I wasn't being all that. I didn't do a lot of shit talking. You guys did a lot more shit talking than I did. But at the same time, yeah, I can understand that because, I'm not a Spurs fan. Well, let's talk about the Spurs. In particular, let's talk about Kawhi Leonard. So, he can become a free agent after 2019. Or during the 2019 free agent period. So after next season, he can become a free agent, or he can sign an extension worth up to $200 million. Now, what I think is going to happen is this offseason, probably before the draft, you're probably going to see Kawhi being traded. According to Nate Robinson, who is a former NBA guard, he said on a podcast called Hold At, I think is what it's called, on Thursday, that there are rumblings that Kawhi wants out of San Antonio. Now, here's the thing. These rumblings have been going on pretty much all season long. The media here in San Antonio, the fans here in San Antonio, don't want to listen to it. The media here in San Antonio is the biggest homer media that there is. Period. I mean, I've seen it really bad in other places, in other cities. And you know what? I keep hearing this all the time. Well, it's just as bad in other cities. No, it's not. It really is not. You guys do not want to admit when something is wrong. And right now, there is something wrong with Kawhi. And I don't mean an injury. I honestly believe that his injury is a phantom injury, and I'll tell you exactly why. I honestly believe because, frankly, the Spurs team doctors and every doctor that he's been to, even his own doctors that he's up in New York right now seeing, have said that they have found nothing wrong with him. There's nothing wrong with him that they can find. And yet, he's still saying that he's in pain. This is basically a phantom injury. Because nobody has found anything wrong with him. But the media and the fans here, well, there's obviously something wrong with him because he's not playing. There is something wrong with him. And there is something that's hurting on him. And that's his feelings. My guess is that before this season started, he went to the Spurs organization saying, I'm the best player on the team. You guys can't win this without me. And frankly, to be honest with you, I kind of have to agree with that sentiment. I don't think the Spurs are nearly as good as what they could or should be at this point of the season. What is there, like 5 games left in the regular season? I don't think that they're as good as Spurs teams of the past by far. So he probably went to them and said, I am the best player. You can't win this without me. I want $200 million. I want the $200 million extension. To which Popovich and Buford and everyone else there in the Spurs organization just looked at him and laughed, because there's no way in hell they're going to pay him $200 million a year. Or not a year, but over the duration of a contract. There's no way. So his feelings got hurt, and that is why he's played only 9 games this year. And even then, played limited time during those 9 games this year. Okay. I wasn't sure if that was someone trying to call me, and if so, I was going to yell at you, but no, that was a Twitter message from a friend of mine. Big wrestling fan. Me and her get along really well. But anyways, so towards the end of last month, Tony Parker called a players-only meeting, to which, to be honest with you, kind of every report that I've read kind of makes it sound like it came off as an intervention for Kawhi to try to get him back on the court for a playoff push. And as all you, I don't know who you are, but you're going to have to leave me a message. See, now I'm getting everyone calling me. What the hell? I'm not even live, guys. Come on. So yeah, you guys aren't bothering me. But anyways, so yeah, he hasn't come back since that meeting. It came off to me as an intervention. There, different people are reporting different things. A reporter from KSAT 12 was saying it wasn't a very heated meeting. It wasn't very, in Kawhi's face. However, national media personalities like ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski and Michael C. Wright are all saying that no, it got very heated. It got really aggressive in there, and they were telling Kawhi that he needs to come back. But according to Nate Robinson, who we talked about earlier, he's saying that Kawhi knows that there's a, quote, big bag coming his way that he won't get if he stays here in San Antonio. Which goes back to what I was saying, that at the beginning of the season, I bet you anything, Kawhi approached Spurs management, said, pay me $200 million. Spurs management laughed him out the building. And so, guess what? No Kawhi. This is his form of a sit-out, is to fake an injury, because, again, no other doctor has seen an injury. They cannot, for the life of them, figure out what's wrong with him. They're rehabbing him based on what he's saying hurts. Oh, well, I guess the coughs are back, too. Anyways, so, yeah. If I'm the Spurs, what I am doing is trading him to a team that you know is going to get a lottery pick. Sacramento, for example. Who, guess what? You're not going to have to deal with Kawhi beating you anytime soon if he goes to Sacramento, because Kawhi's going to be the only guy that Sacramento has. That's just the way Sacramento has been over the past 80 years or whatever. And what they could get in return is a high draft pick. They could get one of the ton of decent basketball players that Sacramento has, but not good enough to win a title with just them. But there's several decent players, I guess, over there that they could get for him, and they wouldn't be one, they'd get 2 or 3. And then see if Sacramento could sign him to the big extension. So that's what I'm seeing is going on here. Kawhi, you know what? I used to have nothing but respect for the guy. He was 2014 NBA Finals MVP. He basically whooped my Heat's ass. Great talent, great ball player. But he's got an ego issue, in my opinion. He's got a problem with doing things the right way. You know, instead he wants to go sulk in his corner. That's what it looks like to me. I know I got a bunch of San Antonio Spurs fans. They're going to be, or that are likely to watch it or watch this show. Tell me where I'm wrong there. Tell me that there's a reason why I shouldn't feel the way I feel about Kawhi Leonard and about this situation. You guys probably know a lot more about it than I do. I'm just reading I'm just getting all my news from the reports that I've read. Kawhi has become a big old crybaby because he ain't getting his money. The fact is that the Spurs have done nothing to squash the rumors that this kind of stuff is true at all. Probably because they can't. Because it is true. They have not said anything to the contrary. They just have basically said, no, we're not going to talk about that right now. It's not a big deal. Which is basically just trying to cast the wool over the head there. So, yeah. I don't see Kawhi being a Spur next year or ever again. If I'm a Spurs fan, I'm not. But if I were, I would say c'est la vie. I would say bon voyage. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. You know, just because he's a great ball player. But that's the kind of attitude that drags a team down. Period. So, a little while ago on Facebook, I posted to you guys and on Twitter, in fact. You guys go ahead and follow me on Twitter. Go ahead and follow me on my on the 4th and a Mile page. It's 4th and a Mile 4th and a Mile Talks at twitter.com. And I'll go ahead and post that. I keep meaning to do that, but I never do. I'll post that down here when I put this on YouTube. But I was talking about a big story in the world of boxing. On May 5th, me and my buddy Pedro, we were talking about this the other night at the Michael Graves show, or maybe it was the Tuesday before during karaoke. I don't remember. But go and find somewhere to watch the Canelo vs. 3G match on May 5th. It will have been the rematch from the classic match that they had last year. Great match. Personally, I thought 3G won. My buddy Pedro thought that Canelo won. I think it was a great match all in all, but it ended up being a draw in the end. But as of today, the rematch has been canceled. For the second time in less than 2 months, I want to say it was just slightly over a month ago was the last time, Canelo tested positive for clenbuterol. Canelo's camp, as well as the WBC president, Mariko Suleiman, I hope I'm saying his name right. I really don't give a shit if I am or not, to be honest with you. I don't care about this guy. In fact, this guy ended up being kind of how can I put it? A bit of a pansy. If you read the article that he wrote in WBN, World Boxing News, they're still blaming tainted Mexican meat for the clenbuterol. According to Suleiman, Canelo cannot be found guilty of doping, just guilty of negligence. Here's my argument with that. Canelo was tested positive, like I said, over a month or almost 2 months ago now, for clenbuterol, and blamed the tainted Mexican meat. And then he said that he was going to move his camp up to California, which he did. Why is he still eating this tainted Mexican meat if he knows it's tainted? If he knows it contains clenbuterol? That's not negligence. That is stupidity, but it's not negligence. And sorry, no, you're guilty of doping because you know this stuff contains it, and yet you're still eating it. Now, do I think it's likely that it is this tainted Mexican meat? No, I think it's actually that he was injecting himself with the clenbuterol or having someone inject him with the clenbuterol. But for argument's sake, we'll say it's the Mexican meat. Why are you still eating it if you know that it can contain clenbuterol, which you know is a PED, which you know is banned in boxing? Why are you eating this meat on the eve of the biggest match of your life? Why is this? This is a bigger match than Floyd Mayweather, because you know what? There was no way you were going to beat Mayweather. Period. Mayweather is now retired. 3G right now is the best in boxing. I've said it before. I'll say it again, Canelo. He's better than you. But you had your opportunity to wrestle that title from him and state your claim as the best boxer in the world. And instead of doing that, you eat tacos that you know you shouldn't eat. Because these tacos contain something that is banned by boxing. It contains a performance-enhancing drug. Why the hell are you eating this stuff if you know it does? That is not the first time. Okay, maybe negligence. Again, I don't think it was, but we'll for the sake of argument, we'll say that it is, and that you didn't know it, and so you were eating this meat anyways. Negligence is the first time. A second time, that's not negligence. That's knowingly doing it. And the only negligence you could have been led to is that you had the belief that you wouldn't be, or that you wouldn't test positive this time, or that maybe that someone would clean that up so that no one would know that you tested positive. That's the only negligence that there could possibly be. That's the only negligence that I believe that there actually was. Suleiman, after all that, goes on to say that even though he was naive, Canelo was the only one responsible. But still, he's only guilty of negligence, not of doping. This guy, Suleiman, does not need to be a public defender for anybody. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know what he does outside of being the president of the WBC. I don't know if he's a lawyer down there in Mexico or what. I have no idea. But if he is, I feel bad for any of his clients, because he's not guilty of doping. He's guilty of negligence, but he's the only one responsible. So he's guilty of doping, but he's not, because he's guilty of negligence. The fuck does that mean, dude? Seriously. Canelo, I'm not going to say you need to be suspended from boxing right now. I'm not going to say that. But what you need to do is sit out for a period of time, get this shit out of your system, challenge 3G again, but this time Get yourself tested every single solitary week, if not twice a week, to clear your name. Because right now, I'm sorry, I know a lot of people here in San Antonio, and this is again why I'm going to be the most hated guy in San Antonio. I know how much you guys love Canelo, but right now he's a cheater. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Right now, he is a cheater. You cannot say that he's not, because there's at least two, possibly more, drug tests that are saying he's a cheater. So, as much as you guys love him, sorry, right now, I kind of have to start questioning some other fights that he's had. Because if he tested positive again, that would lead me to believe that he had some reason to believe that it wouldn't come out that he tested positive. And so I would have to ask the question, has he ever boxed someone else and tested positive but it didn't come out? I would have to start asking those questions. So, yes, Canelo needs to sit some time out. I know the WBC won't suspend him because, well, this guy Suleiman is obviously head over heels in love with him. But he needs to sit out for, I would say, probably about a good year. Then decide to go ahead and come back into boxing. Get tested, I would say in a perfect world, at least 2 times a week to show everybody that you are completely clean. Have it be by a neutral drug testing group and test clean and positive, and then challenge 3G. Maybe even take up a match before that, get the rust out kind of a match, against a new up and coming boxer, that's, I don't know, like 6-1 or something like that, someone in that area, and then go ahead and challenge 3G. Because right now, guess what? 3G, if he, he's already canceled the fight. Canelo did actually. So 3G go ahead and saying, yeah, you know what, I'll go ahead and fight Canelo. Guess what? Right now, that's a step down for him now, because now there's a lot of questions about Canelo's legitimacy as a boxer. There is, and if you don't think that there is, then I don't know what to tell you. That you're supporting a cheater, basically. So yeah, 3G fighting Canelo right now would be a step down for him. If Canelo won the match, then there would definitely be the argument made that Canelo was cheating, because right now, if they fought on May 5th, Canelo would have been cheating. 3G says he still plans to fight on May 5th. He hasn't announced who he might get in the ring with. I still plan to watch it. I'm a huge supporter of 3G. 3G's never tested positive, so he hasn't cheated. He knocks people out just by being himself. So, anyways, yeah, Canelo, get yourself cleaned up. Take some time off, get cleaned up, get ready to come back in the ring, shake some of that rust off, and then maybe in a year's time you can challenge 3G again and be completely clean. So, alright guys, well, that's pretty much everything for today. It actually went a lot longer than I was expecting. I don't know why it did. But guys, again, don't forget, go over to bandcamp.com, check out A Bloody Chasm. Go ahead and also, if you would, go ahead and like their Facebook page and say hi to my friends Matt and Jocelyn. They are some cool cats. If you say hi to them, they'll know whose face not to eat. So you guys will be even more safe at that point. My face is still pretty much safe, even though I don't even remember what it was. I was talking bad about the state of California the other day, but oh yeah, when I was talking about Jonathan Martin, that's right. But my face is still safe from what I gather. So, anyways, yeah, go over there, like their music, download their music, give them a listen. If you guys are into some pretty hardcore rock and roll, you guys will love that music. Jocelyn can sing her ass off. Matt is just cool as shit on the guitar. Jocelyn also plays guitar as well. That's actually how I know Jocelyn is. She was the former guitarist of Cancer Slug back when they came to town. I met her there. Bought her a couple shots, even though I shouldn't have because she was under 21, if I remember correctly. I didn't know that at the time. Well, I think she did tell me, but by that time I was already drunk, so shh. Anyways, so yeah, go over there, like them. Guys, go ahead and like, subscribe, share this video. Comment down below if you guys think I said anything wrong or if you agree with me or whatever the case. Go ahead and comment down below. I will see you guys later. And oh, by the way, too, quick side note. The day before WrestleMania, Saturday night, there's going to be the NXT event going on, and then there's also going to be Super Card of Honor going on. I think I'm going to probably watch Super Card of Honor because I want to watch Cody Rhodes versus Kenny Omega. So, yeah, guys, that's going to be a great event. I don't know how I'm going to watch it, but as soon as I figure it out, I'll let you guys know. See if maybe we can get a group thing together to go to watch that match. I want to watch it. I want to watch Kenny versus Cody. I think that'd be one of the great matches of all time right there. So, all right, guys. But other than that, you guys have a great Tuesday night. And as always, besos.